Happy fall, friends. In today's video, I'm taking you to Lowe's Garden Center and share with you perennials you need for the fall season and your garden in general, most of which will bloom from summer through fall. And then I'm going to take you home with me and then share with you these perennials I have in my garden. Alright friends, I'm at Lowe's and I just wanted to share this one with you. This is the superstar Coreopsis. As you can see, it blooms summer and fall, 1498, yes. And let's see the back. It says non-hardy in zones 1 through 4. It will get 14 to 16 inches tall and 16 to 18 inches wide, friends, yes. So this is a great perennial for you to have in your garden now, so that way you will get beautiful blooms throughout the fall season, right? And not just fall but summer, but you want some colors in your garden right now around the fall season. This is perfect for you. Let me see if I can take it out and show you what it looks like. Here it is. Absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. Alrighty friends, and then down below here I'm going to show you some Echinacea. You guys know how much I love Echinacea. These are also great perennials to put in your fall garden. They bloom summer and fall, 1498. This is a Cheyenne Spirit Coneflower, and just a side note for you, I see they have these in the clearance section. Yeah, so before you pick up the full price, check out the clearance section and see if you can find any in the clearance section. Anyway, so with this Cheyenne Coneflower, it is non-hardy from zones 1 to 3. It will get 24 to 36 inches tall and 18 to 24 inches wide. It's beautiful, and it gives you 3 colors actually. You get the yellow, orange and pink. I just love this coneflower. So look at that, it's beautiful. And if you look closely here, you probably have maybe 3 plants in the pot. So here is one, and here's the other one there, and then here is one in there. Yes. And let me show you here, perfect example. Do you see in the light cream with the yellow, and then here is this one with the orange. Yes, they're all the Cheyenne Spirit Coneflower, but as I said to you before, you get 3 different colors in there. And the coneflower comes in all different type, friends. They have a lot of them on the market, so if you're looking to pick up some of these for your fall garden, just make sure you pick up different types. Don't stick with one type. Coneflowers are a great pollinator attractor. The bees love the coneflower, the butterflies love the coneflower, the birds, oh my goodness, they love the coneflower. So get different varieties and add them to your garden. Alright friends, so I went inside and look what they have here in clearance. That was exactly the point I was making to you. This will be $15 after the discount, but look how healthy and lush it looks, right? And you get more plant in here for your money's worth. I'm gonna take it down so you can actually get a 360 of what it looks like. And I love the red full container it comes in. Here you are. That is beautiful, friends. So once again, check the clearance section before you purchase the plants at full price. Alrighty friends, another great perennial to put in your fall garden is Sedum. Yes, they come in all different types. They bloom summer and fall. This one at Lowe's is $8.98. It's non-hardy from zones 1 to 2. It will get 18 to 24 inches tall and wide. Yes. The pollinators love your sedum. You'll see the bees going crazy on the blooms, friends. And just a side note for you, in the fall season, if you see damage to your leaves, it's not any insect, it's just the birds. The birds love to pick away at the foliage here. Yes, they eat all of this. And in the fall season, this is one perennial that provides food source for the bees. Yes, the bees love these, and I'll take you home and show you what my flowers are looking like right now, but the bees love these. And these come in all different color, proven winners. They have different colors in them. They have the white, they have the pink, they have the tiramisu color, they have the back in black or back to black in them. But I'm gonna take you home and show you what they look like. So this is what it looks like, and let me pick out one that has some blooming going on. And then right here, do you see this? It's turning to that pinkish color. Yes, and the pollinators love them. So this is, oh, here's up here. Yep, that's the beyond there. So here is another great perennial for you to add to your garden. Sedum. Alright friends, another perennial I strongly recommend is the Montauk Daisy. This is $8.98. It loves full sun, it blooms summer and fall, and I love that it's an upright perennial. You have the Shasta Daisy, but those tend to flap at times, so I love this one stays in the upright manner for you. It's non-hardy from zones 1 through 4. It will get 24 to 36 inches tall and 18 to 24 inches wide. And I just love the blooms on these, friends, and this is one of those perennial that will give you color in late fall. Anyway, moving over here, we have this Todo. I hope I pronounced it properly. Gold Rudbeckia. This is a mountain perennial for $29.98. It blooms in summer and fall. And this is 2.5 gallon. And friends, this is non-hardy from zones 1 through 4. It will get 12 to 16 inches tall and wide. And I found this on the clearance section for $15. So my point once again is to make sure you check your clearance sections before you purchase these items. Very important. And I just love the blooms on this. I love how it has a fluffy bloom, and I love the dark chocolate black center it has. It's so pretty. And in here, friends, the one I found, there were 3 plants in the container, so keep your eyes on that. All right friends, welcome to my backyard. So I'm gonna share with you a handful of these perennials that I share with those, so that way you can actually see what they look like in the garden, right? Because it's different looking at a plant in the nursery container as opposed to in your garden. Anyway, so let's start with these beautiful Echinacea right here. Friends, I love Echinacea, as you probably know already. Okay, these are one perennial I strongly recommend for you to put in your garden. So with these ones, friends, I did not plant some of them. This one I did not plant, so I think that's just from the seeds or the birds. And as I said to you before, they come in different colors. This one is the bright orange color, and I love that there is new buds on here, and you can see more buds coming down here. Alrighty friends, so this is what they look like when they have their spent bloom. Do you see how this look? This is very prickly here. So this is what it looks like. It comes from, it starts off looking like a bud here to this, then it opens up like that. Then you could see the petals curving downwards, and then it looks like this. Yes, so this is where the seeds are. And as I said before, you can leave these for the birds. They make great winter source food for the birds, especially the goldfinches. Friends, they're already out here eating on the Echinacea. Yes, let me show you. This where the head is missing. Yes, this is all the birds. They come out here and they eat on it. So when there's no berries and flowers for them to get their food from in the summertime, they depend on us humans to help them out in the winter. So if you have Echinacea in your garden, leave them like this. So this is what I do with almost all of them. I cut a few of them for cut flowers, and yes, they make good cut flowers too. However, I normally don't cut them back. I just leave them up. But if you have Echinacea and you have a lot and you want them to keep blooming for you, you should cut on the spent bloom heads. So that way, let me show you. So that way the new buds have a way to come up. So if you want, you just cut these and it will make space for the new buds coming up. As I said before, I have a lot in the garden, so I hardly ever cut on my Echinacea. But once again, if you have these up and they're looking anything like this, leave them up for the birds in the winter. And also, friends, this here, I did not plant that. That was probably self-seeded or the birds. And as you can see, if you look closely here on the leaves, this is all seeds, yes, from the birds being out here, and they fall on the ground and they make baby plants for me. Let's see if I could find you one. All right, so here's the new one right there. They make baby plants for me, and that's how I get more Echinacea in the garden. Let me take you to the rose garden side to show you a perfect example. If you want more Echinacea in your garden and you want it to be in a controlled environment, You can actually do them using the winter sowing method in the milk jug. Yes, I've done a lot of these, friends. These were from the winter sowing. I put them in the milk jug, and I have few videos on my channel, winter sowing, and I'll be doing them again because I've collected some seeds. I want more of Echinacea. All these guys were from the winter sowing method. Yes, so I added some down here in the rose garden because Echinacea is supposed to be a good complement for rose. And here I'm gonna be getting new flowers right in there. Yeah, so just a point for you, if you want more Echinacea, you could use the winter sowing method. Once again, they're hardy from zones 3 to 5, covers most of the zones, right? And they grow from 12 feet and up, and they love full sun or even part sun. They will grow in there for you. So this is one of my favorites, Echinacea. Alrighty, friends, next up, let's go over here. Let me share with you what my Montauk daisy looks like in the garden. Yes, friends, here it is. This is the Montauk daisy, friends. I think it's probably the 3rd year I have this, and it was a small container as the one I share with you at Lowe's, and it spread out. Okay, just look at it. It's beautiful. You see all these buds in here, and this is a very late bloomer, as you can see. So you get a lot of beautiful blooms in the fall with this Montauk daisy. So I can't wait for all these blooms to open up. Absolutely gorgeous. And what I love about this, it grows upright. It doesn't flap like the Shasta daisy. I did the Shasta daisy from seeds, from the dollar store seeds, and it grew really pretty, but I noticed after a while it was flapping. So I just removed it, and I just shared it with people who wanted some plants. But I have the Montauk, it grows upright, and I just love it for that. And let me go over and show you how another Montauk is looking. Alrighty, friends, right across it, I almost missed this one. There's a Montauk daisy in here. I didn't even realize it. Do you see that? And I love how it grows up in between the hydrangea, and it's just doing what it needs to do, and it's just so pretty. It really is. And I just can't wait to see the colors open here. But let me show you. I think I have a 3rd one over on this end. And with the Montauk daisy, friends, they prefer full sun to part sun, because behind here, this side is part sun. Alrighty, here we are. This is the other Montauk daisy, and you could see the blooms on here. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I definitely recommend picking up one of these for your garden. Friends, next up is one of my favorites, the Sedum stone crab. So this one is a fire, which I pick up at Lowe's. They have the autumn joy. They come in all different colors. And friends, I just keep going on and on about this one. This one is the back in black from Proven Winners. Yes, friends, just look at that. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely gorgeous. They're easy to propagate. They're like succulents, like, and they love rocky, drained soil. So if you have an area that has pebbles or well-drained soil, they will do well in there. You just leave them alone. They don't like to be taken care of. I rarely ever water my sedums I have in the garden, and I'm going to take you in the front and show you the oldest one I have. Friends, welcome to the front of my garden. This is probably, I'm thinking 3 years old, okay? But absolutely love it. Look how pretty this one. And this one is Autumn Joy. As I said to you, if you're looking to collect these, as I shared in the video, you can find them right now at Lowe's Garden Center, probably any garden center. Now is the season for these. And in the Proven Winners, they have the collection where they have the back in black, which I just shared with you. They have the Pure Joy, they have the Lemon Coral Sedum. They come in all different type, friends. And I was saying to you guys, I fell in love with the black one, and I think next year my obsession will be sedums. Yes, friends, they're pollinator attractor. Do I need to see that? Do you see this? I'm surprised there's not 100 bees on here, because there were a ton of bees on here. It rained yesterday, so that could probably be why. But the pollinator love these. You could plant them anywhere in the garden, but depends on how your house is set up. Don't plant them exactly by your front door, because you might probably be inviting bees in your house. They attract bees, a lot of bees, okay? But these bees are harmless. And friends, here's something I wanted to share with you. Oops, there's a bee trying to come over here. Here's something I wanted to share with you. With these, So what happens is that in the fall I leave them alone. They give you beautiful winter interest. I don't cut them back, and the stem up the way to the flower head, it will turn brown. It will dry up like dry flowers, and I leave it alone, and it gives good winter interest, and the birds like to pick on the head, right? And in addition to that, when spring comes, you will just see sticks coming out from the ground, and then to the roots you will see like rosettes, like cute rosette. This will look almost like a ball shape in the spring season with just rosettes forming at the ground, and then just a dry stick in the center. Then you can pull it out because the pollinators are able to find food in the springtime, right? And then as those rosettes start to grow taller, guess what happens? The pollinators are back. The birds in particular, they love to chew on the foliage, and I'm gonna show it to you. The first time I got this, I thought to myself, what is eating this plant? And one day I was sitting inside in the living room, and I saw a ton of birds on there. I'm like, oh my goodness, I was in shock. I'm like, the birds love it. So here you are, and you can actually see the damage on the foliage. Do you see all that? Yes. All those zigzag looking things on the leaves, they're from the birds. But if they eventually would just leave it alone, and then the blooms would come on, and then the bees would then take their turn with this plant. Very easy to propagate. Great perennial. It gives you color all the way into fall, into your first frost. This will still be standing, and then it will start to turn brown, right? So strongly recommend having a sedum in your garden. All right, friends, and over here it's drizzling. It's been raining. Okay, so here we have the rock and round sedum from Proven Winners. This one is the white. Yes, it's so pretty, friends, and I recently planted this maybe 2 months ago, I think it is, but it was covered in white blooms. I think it's because it's wet, it's raining, that's why you can't really see the white, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And they have different colors in that collection from Proven Winners. Alrighty, friends, behind me is my pollinator garden bed, where all the flowers in here, they're just for pollinators. And if I have time, I'll do a video for you and share with you what's going on with the pollinator garden bed at this time of the year, and things you should and should not do just for the sake of the pollinators. But anyway, so here we are. These are black-eyed Susans, friends. Yes, they bloom all the way into fall, but the reason why my black-eyed Susan is looking like this, as you see, you're not seeing the yellow, is simply because I did not cut on them. The more you cut on these, the more flowers they will produce for you. But as I said to you before, my pollinator garden bed, I rarely cut on it because it's just for the pollinators, right? I just let the plants be. That's just what I do with the pollinator garden bed. But you do cut on them. They're great for cut flowers. You cut on them, get beautiful bouquets with them, and as you cut, you encourage more growth that will come from the side shoots and all of that. And friends, these I leave up in the winter once again for the pollinators and also winter interest. Yes, and if you want, you can actually take some inside and add them to some dry floral arrangements. They're so pretty. Look at this, just like a black head looking at you, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. And they spread, I don't want to say the invasive, from my experience, I would say they spread in a nice way. So in the spring season, when the plants are coming back up and all of that, what I do, I just come in and I just thin them out. That's what I do, because it gets to be a lot. I remember spring of 2024, I came in here and I thinned them out and I share with friends and all of that. It's just something for you to think about if you decide to get these. They spread in a good way. I don't want to use the word invasive. You just have to take them out, and if you want to, guess what, friends, you don't have to buy any more. You can simply put them anywhere else in your garden, right? But they're absolutely gorgeous. This was only maybe 3 plants I started with, yep, and they were from the clearance section too. Maybe this bed is from 2020, so this is what, the 4th year I did this bed, and as the time went by, every year I just added plants in here, but I think I only had 3 black-eyed Susans in here, and this is what happened, right? They spread. And black-eyed Susans, friends, they come in all different types. There's a lot of varieties out there, and they're hardy from zones 3 to 9 or so. As I said before, they're good as cut flower, pollinator attractor, perfect for you to divide and get more in your garden. They do tolerate drought, so if you want a plant that is drought tolerant, I strongly recommend these along with the Echinacea too. And they bloom from late spring to fall. Yes. And I already covered their good winter sows for the birds. The birds love to eat on the seeds. And these are the seeds, friends. Believe it or not, this is the seed. Do you see that? Yep, these are the seeds. Supposed to be native along with the Echinacea. They're 2 native plants. And that's it, friends. What I do in the fall, I do nothing to them. I just leave them alone. As I said to you, you have this dry stem looking at you, giving you winter interest when all the pretty flowers have died back to the ground. And I just leave it alone, and then in spring you will see the green foliage coming from the base here of the plant. Okay, don't do anything until spring is here. You see the green foliage coming up from the base of the plant, and I just leave it alone. And then after I see a handful of green at the base, I just clip off all these spent heads. That's how I clean it up. But don't be eager to clean up your plants in spring, okay? Give it a little while until the ground is warm, because sometimes there's new plants coming out, or we disturb the pollinators and all that good stuff. So this is your Black-Eyed Susan, friends. And then, as I said, they come in different varieties. I just picked up one maybe a week ago, and let me show that to you. All right, friends, here's the one I picked up maybe a week or 2 ago. This one is a Rudbeckia, and I think it's supposed to get 12 inches tall. I could be wrong on that. And this one is so pretty with a chocolate center, and the foliage is so different. And this is the one I share with you at the garden center too. Yes, so if you're looking for Rudbeckia, you can find it at the garden center. Also keep in mind they have the annuals, the biennials, the perennials, and you can start from seeds. I have this special one I added to my cart to purchase for seeds, so just keep that in mind, right? If you looking for different Rudbeckia, they come in annuals, perennials, and biennials, and they're so easy to grow, friends. What I can do is just, when this becomes all dry and dead looking, I could just take the seed and just sprinkle it around the garden and take it from there. Or I could do the winter sowing method, friends. I love the winter sowing method. It's the easiest way to start seeds. It really is. So anyway, so this is Black-Eyed Susan. Strongly recommend this in your garden. Friends, over here in my newly created garden bed, I'm featuring Helenium because so far I'm loving it. And you can find these now at different garden center. The one location I went to, they don't have them, but there's another Lowe's location that sells them. So just check out the different garden centers. And friends, they come in the orange, the red, and the yellow, and I think I have all 3 colors sprinkled out through here. Absolutely gorgeous. You can still see some blooms going on there. And friends, look at this. You have new buds coming out. Do you see that? And I did clip and get some seeds from here so I could winter sow and get more of them. But it's such a good perennial that gives you different colors in the fall season. Also, the butterfly love your Helenium, and they make great flower for your cottage garden. So pretty. And they love full sun, and they love moist soil. Yes, and they're hardy from zones, I think 3 to 8 or so. And let me show you another one over here. I think this one is the red one. And all these I got from the clearance section. And here's the orange one here. So I strongly recommend, if you see this in the garden center, pick it up. It will give you a lot of colors for a long time in this season. They're also known as sneeze weed, fun fact. I read that somewhere. And also, friends, what I can say about these, they do suffer from powdery mildew. So whenever you plant them, make sure you give them some air circulation, right? There's a lot of plants that suffer from powdery mildew, even your zinnias, your phlox. There's a lot of plants. I think the key is just to probably give them the circulation they need, right? But it is what it is, but still recommend this plant. Alrighty, friends, up next I have in the garden is the Coreopsis. Yeah, so here is one. This one I planted, I think maybe late spring, early summer, and I said they come in all different type. And with these, friends, you have to clip on them and deadhead them, okay? Very important, so that way new blooms would come out from the plant. I was clipping on them, I did notice a lot of new blooms were coming out, and then guess what, I just didn't keep up with it. So very important, you have to clip on them to encourage new buds to come out from the plant. So that's one thing I would probably say about this. It could be a negative or not, it depends, but it's really worth it. I just love the blooms on here. As you saw the one at the garden center, they're known as tick seed, and the reason for that, it has nothing to do with the tick. It just has to do with the shape of the seed. Look like ticks. Not sure if I can show you, but this is the seed head, and it's just the shape of the seed head looking like a tick. That's where they got their name from. And they're hardy from zones 4 to 9, and they also will grow like 14 to 24 inches. They're more on the small side, they're not a shrub size, and they have the beautiful thread leaf, as you can see. And they said they're a native plant, and once again, the only thing is that you have to deadhead them. I have one here, Mr. Montop Daisy is covering it, so I may have to reevaluate, because before it wasn't covering this, and the Montauk got bigger the last few months, so I might have to move this probably in the spring, but we'll see. But in the spring it's fine, but it's just that this got bigger in the summer, and now so it's somewhat covering it, so I may just have to come in and put the Coreopsis somewhere else. But here's another one, and as I said to you before, you just have to deadhead them. Okay, just take your snippers and just deadhead them like that, so that it promotes more fresh blooms on there. But this is what this one is looking like. So back with these, in my opinion, it's just that the deadheading. Oh, and I see a bloom over here. All right, friends, here it is. I'm gonna pick it to show you. There you go. I think this one is a candy stripe, and the other one was a vanilla bean. I think they had like candy names, but so pretty. And these two I got from a local private garden center. These one from Lowe's, but look how pretty this is, right? When I purchased it, it was definitely worth it. So I may reevaluate in the spring what to do with these two, especially now that I'm seeing the Montauk is stretching over and covering it. So just a side tip there for you. Alright friends, I hope you enjoyed this video, but I just wanted to share with you some perennials I strongly recommend for you to put in your garden. And most of these will bloom from summer through fall, actually, not just fall, but summer through fall, and they're strong perennial, very drought tolerant. It's just good perennials all around. If you have other perennials that you recommend that will go with this list, let me know down in the comment below. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.